Product, which is Decast.Live. This is the interface that we are in having the call. You can see it's created in a, to facilitate more of a collaborative live casting features. We can connect it with YouTube and Twitch and, other streaming platforms to just live stream any of the content that is happening. And the company behind this is doing a lot of experimentations in the area of blockchain and AI. So Liren was registered as a company which is Dutch for learning to learn, and we are creating learning infrastructure as a service. And we have multiple products that we are testing because research is not enough. We are also implementing the same research into our products and then validating it with the market. So when you spoke about the business model, there can be multiple business model. One can be the company itself that provides solutions, enterprise level solutions in a B2B fashion as infra as a service. So I will go to that, in a while. And we also have product lines. So from a B2C perspective, any of these products can also serve as a running business model, which are having some organic traction. It's just like pilots that we do. So why the need of a new type of an infrastructure? Because, as I've also shared in the video that you will share with your angels, the rate of learning is evolving. If you talk about how societies are learning, how machines are learning, we are generating a lot of information because of the digital age that we are in. So IoTs are generating data. There is so much of web traffic, web data. There is so much of financial data that is being generated. So we are in an age of data explosion or information explosion. Yes. So, and for that reason, the progress is also evolving, but we still do not have the right infrastructure or the mechanisms to manage this information. So what we see now with generative AI is, a lot of fast moving real-time applications that can change what we see and perceive. So this is just an example, and you will see it in the video as well. Like something that is real time, live, and that can be faked by generative AI. Okay. So the other question, and let me just move very quickly through the PPT. I don't want to go through all of it, but some of the pieces that we discussed. Like this is the business model because we can have infra as a service because we are creating a very unique architecture of networks. So while we are creating this is a composite learning network. If we are able to spin it right, we will have the first live casting application that is deployed directly on the network rather than a monolith server architecture. So I know you are not from the technical side, but I wanted to put this out on the video. If somebody
no everything will be on the video, so the video will be like this, aside from the presentation you showed us. Just one quick question. If you could rephrase your solution, what you do in one sentence, how would you put it?
Okay, can I use 2 sentences for 2 different?
Yeah, you go do like 30 seconds, 1 minute, just to be like very clear.
Okay. From a company perspective, we are building the learning ecosystems with human and machine integrated networks. Okay, and from a Decast.Live perspective, just the product that we are on, we are working to create the world's first serverless live casting DApp. So these are 2 pitches, which is, one, the product, the real capacity that the product can actually harness. And the other one is the infrastructure that will host this kind of an application. So if we are able to do that, it will already give, a new type of an infrastructure capability where the applications, it can be banking applications or, gaming applications that can be deployed right on the network by using the network resources.
Very, very interesting. I think it shows it opens a different picture and I think it makes me understand a bit more like the serviceless DApp. I think it's a very clear um, um, prospects of where you want to establish yourselves.
Yeah.
So in terms of developments, in terms of products and market adoption, how did you identify the market need that your solution addresses?
We have done a lot of interviews because we are part of the NGI Trust Chain grant. It's a European funded project by European Dynamics. So one of the things with them is having a user centric approach. So under that UCA, we have researchers who are in the field of cybersecurity, who are helping us conduct these market researches to identify what are the challenges that are coming up and how the infrastructure is going to evolve when the pace will not be sufficient for, like, what happens when the server capacity completely finishes for the new age of applications that will be required in future. So we have spoken to some business entities to understand what are the challenges that they're already starting to face. Plus we are also talking to researchers who are trying to predict where the social innovations are going.
Okay, makes sense. But are you in the market already? Like, do you already have, let's say, a pilot or a product with a live customer?
We have this call on the product right away, so it's completely functional. And just that we have not gone with the pricing model. So the business model innovation is the next piece that we are going to crack in, let's say, next 3 months, in which we will have some pricing plans and some of the other pieces fully integrated. But the product is live. You can invite everyone who is watching this video to just create an account, use it. Many parts are decentralized, but we have a roadmap of decent, like, we are going step by step into these pieces. So Payman is helping us with the architectural development. We are working on different packages and different architectures which we are deploying. So we will migrate the centralized parts which we have right now, slowly onto the decentralized packages that Payman is helping us create.
Okay, so going now into a more, let's say, expansion and go-to-market strategy topic. Let's say, like, what's your medium to long-term vision? Like, when do you expect to launch to them into the market? Or, like, could you please build me a roadmap, or if your go-to-markets, like, let's say,
Yeah,
plans?
we can show you the roadmap. Uh, so we are already working on this particular phase where we are creating a distributed video infrastructure network. From a market perspective, we are creating the business model tweaks on the innovation that we are putting in, and we are identifying the right ICPs. We have spoken to a lot of lawyers. Like right now in many countries, the regulation does not allow video recordings to be testified, like testimonials, okay, for to testify in a court case. But we are creating, or we are asking them, like, okay, if the video recording is tamper proof and it can be proven that it was recorded and it has not been modified, will it be acceptable? So that is one area that we are working with. Then influencers and journalistic uh, uh, vloggers or streamers can be another media segment. Then corporates and educational entities can be another media segment. So for corporates and educational entities, we could give the private networks as a service offer. For the other ones, we can give them the capabilities as the app that we are developing.
Mm-hmm.
So this is our market. This is our business model as well in detail, which we are experimenting and trying to see what is the size of which segment from a market size perspective, and then we can define the pricing plans and some models of how we are going to launch it to them.
Okay, sounds very interesting. Obviously, I have a lot more questions, but I just want to introduce ourselves and what we are doing because we don't have so much time. So we are based in Portugal. We are a fund, a recently launched fund. We currently have 1.2 million in to allocate to 20 startups. We co-invest in tickets of 50,000 euros. And by co-investing means that we generally would like to have someone else as a lead investor. At the moment, we are doing a different model than usual because we have 436 investors with us. And basically, we built decentralized model for investment where all of our actions are recorded on the blockchain. So basically, we are trying to build the future of investment where there is no boards. We are basically a community driven fund. Everything is done by community voting. Everything goes to voting for the community, and that's so far it's proving to be very, very interesting. Since we are very, very young, we haven't validated a use case. We haven't invested in any startup, but we only launched 3 months ago. So far it's not so bad. But that's why we started with such a small amount, because we want to validate this, and if it makes sense, expand to bigger tickets and see where this takes us. So at the moment, since we are community driven, not startups cannot apply to our fund. You need to have an angel father applying for you. So in case this is interesting for you, I would advise you to go to our website, search for, have a look at our wiki. I will send you all the information. And if you go to, let's say, LinkedIn, if you type Angelsway, all the investors are there, and you can just search for maybe a more technical angel that may see what you are doing and that can vouch for you. So I think if this makes sense for you, I think it's a very interesting opportunity, because from our side, we are not voting on a biased perspective, because it has to be one angel that has to endorse you, but then the whole community needs to vote for you to pass from one process to the other. And what we are trying to validate is that the process only takes about 45 to 60 days from endorsement to signing the investment deal.
This is already very nice, because you still see my screen, yeah?
Mhm.
Or not?
No, not anymore, sorry.
Can you
No,
share
no,
it again? Yes.
Your screen not
Yeah,
share.
because this is exactly where, you are also one of the three use cases that I was just speaking about. So this is what I was doing today. Like I was just writing, okay, what are they doing now? And communities and governance updates. Like when you are doing.
Oh, sorry, I muted you. Sorry. Can you unmute
Okay, no worries.
yourself?
Can you hear
Sorry.
me now?
Yeah, I can't, because I cannot see your screen.
Oh, you cannot see my screen?
I cannot see your screen, sorry.
Okay, wait.
See, but it is in pop-up view. But can you just edit this and have it?
Okay, yeah, now we see it, yeah.
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 Okay. So see this, the Web3 communities and DAOs, what you are talking about as a decentralized, part. I was just writing it today. Like, how are the communities making calls, today now, and what are the pain points? So, if you are talking about a decentralized community where you want to have governance decisions and voting all recorded on chain, then this is the best platform. You will definitely have to use Decast, because all the recordings can happen on chain. We have smart contract triggers that can be executed. Like when you talk about voting, so if your
Yeah.
smart contract is doing a voting, you can execute that voting live on chain on call using Decast. So,
Okay, this
and
is
you can
really
organize,
interesting.
yeah,
This is
all
really
the
interesting.
governance calls can be recorded, verified, and logged on chain. So, like every
Ju-
460, investors of yours can have one NFT key that will allow them access to the verified recordings. And you can also have, internal board meetings where people will validate their authenticity, come in and participate. So these are
okay.
pieces that are not existing, and they are very important for the DAOs of the future. So that's
Mhm.
something that I wanted to also get on the record.
That's great. That's great. So one question. Let's imagine that we are trying to do a big voting. Will everything will the recording be like will the recording be kept safe, let's say like that, in your platform? Like, can you work as a cloud drive?
Yes, in fact, not just cloud drive, but decentralized, live casting. Like this is one of the pieces, one of the benefits of our platform. You can record and publish the recording directly on chain. So we have Sia and Swarm as an integrated. Like, let me show you some of the recordings. On this particular one, I don't have. Let me open another one.
And just while you are doing that, just another question. So we have built our own blockchain, so
Yes.
our own ledger. So everything is kind of like in sort of a way to have to be able to keep everything like separated from any other ledger. If I'm not saying it wrong,
Mm-hmm.
we have built our own blockchain, and so how do you work in terms of migration? Because of our all of our recordings for the past 2 years are in our blockchain. So could it
Okay.
be embedded into your system? How could that work?
We can look into that, like which chain you are using and how you are putting it on.
Hmm.
So we are using Ethereum Swarm and Sia as a network to upload the live casts.
Hmm.
I I don't know where I have my recordings, which I can show where they are. But let's say if we are doing a new cast which we are creating, you have the possibility of deciding where the cast will work, and you can also create any of the token drops, or you can practically execute any smart contract using this interface.
Okay.
So we can give you way mechanism to execute the contracts that you have on your blockchain with the people who are in the call right now. We
Could you
can
please
give a
repeat
different
that?
demo to you
Could you please repeat
in
it?
another call. Hmm.
Could you please repeat what you just said, just for me to understand more a bit
You
better?
see, this is an interface where you can execute any of the contract by just putting the contract address, the ABI, and the parameter and the mint function, or the function that you want to execute. And if you
Mm-hmm.
want to collect any gas fees or any fees for this particular thing, imagine that you want to sell NFT tickets to an event, or in your case you want to execute voting for whitelisted wallets. Like all of your 460 investors will have wallets in which they will use to prove their identity and vote. So that voting can happen by entering the contract details here, and then allowing people to do it. I am not doing it right now because I know that we have time constraint.
Yeah.
uh, if I don't remember in which interface do I have some contracts already integrated. Like this is an NFT gated cast, I can show you that. I will see if I have in any account any recording or any preset cast.
No worries, Shivan. I think this is very interesting. So we'll definitely have another call. We are coming close to the end. So if we can, we'll keep in touch. I will send you some information on our fund,
Okay.
and we will see if what we are doing interests you. Just to be sure, are you raising around at the moment? Are you planning on raising any investment?
Yes, we have plans to raise investments. Like right now, we are working on a roadmap for next 3 months with the NGI trust chain to deploy. And our last sprint is going to be about pilots, and with that, we would be raising around.
Okay. So if possible, not sure if this is in your costs and financial projection. I mean the investment round. But
Mhm.
if you could share it later on, and we can see if it makes sense to check if we have any angels that know a bit more about this technology.
Perfect.